What's up, everybody? I thought I would do a series on addiction. I was thinking about topics that I could talk about, and I feel that since I have been an addict for most of my life, I feel like I have a good, solid, not expertise, but just a lot of insight with addiction, and so I thought I'd share my experiences in a series of videos. I see a lot of people, they're going through a rough time, and it's been a rough time with the way the world is now. So a lot of people have anxiety and they're depressed, and people may have lost their job or whatever, and they might turn to, drugs, alcohol, vices. And so I just was really motivated to kind of share my story, I guess. So for me, this video I just want to talk about the beginning of my addiction. So I'm not going to get into a boohoo. It's my childhood. It was very violent, very abusive, and so I had trauma in my life, and which formed a lot of insecurities. They formed a lot of negativity in my life, and I just I didn't like myself, and I was suicidal growing up young. Tried to kill myself a few different times growing up. And, I remember when I was 11, discovering alcohol for the first time. I drank and got real sick, almost broke my neck on my bicycle, because I'd never experienced being drunk, and I was really fucked up. And so from that moment, though, I really enjoyed that feeling of escaping. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up drinking, at a young age, and I started training, drinking on the weekends, almost every weekend. Getting fucked up. Just that was my whole life, man. You know, and I just now that I'm almost 50, and I can look back and I see the reason why it was. It was because I didn't deal with my trauma, and of course at 11 you're not going to deal with your trauma, and I didn't deal with it till I was probably really. I made an honest effort. When I was, I went to recovery when I was 44. I had my last relapse. That was like 6 years ago, and I was going to meetings and stuff, but I didn't discover like like how to really fix my problem, because once I stopped doing drugs, and I totally went clean for 4 years. And I've stayed away from narcotics and stuff, but I'll save that for another video. But my point is even when I was in recovery, I didn't understand about what my true problem was, and I had to be really honest with myself. And I find like going through the 12 steps really helped me be honest with myself. But I don't want to jump too far ahead of my story. But in the beginning, it was all about dealing with my childhood traumas. I moved a lot as a kid. My adopted mother was, she suffered from mental illness, very abusive, physically and mentally. My parents, they got divorced when I was like 7. So, I was all over the place growing up, and I never fit in, and, just had no self-esteem, and I really hated myself, and, it got so low. I remember When I was like 13, I tried to, kill myself and take a bunch of pills because I just wanted this to end. I just wanted this to end, my whole life, because I didn't know how to deal with anything. So, that's how things are created. When I see addicts today and I talk to a lot of people, I've talked to so many addicts. When I was in active recovery, I used to work at a detox in a CSU, and I was bringing meetings to detox for like a couple years, twice a week. Never missed a meeting. It was always consistent, to share my story and give people hope, because it really helped me at the time, because that's what I needed, because I really didn't know how to stop, because in the beginning, man, I was so fucked up, every weekend. And then when I got a little older and started working, it just went through stages, I was bodybuilding. That would keep me, on a different level of like health for like maybe 2 or 3 months, and then boom, right back to, partying, that I call it, but it wasn't really partying. And I call myself a pleasure junkie, it's crazy. But so, just coping with all this craziness as a kid. And I was very, very disruptive. I was a horrible student. Numerous teachers hated me, and just wasn't a good person, because I wasn't in an environment to be a good person. As I see that later on in life, as I can look back and learn from this and reflect. So in the beginning, it was just to really to just disappear from myself, and now that I see this, I realize, what I was doing. I was just running away from this misery, as a kid. So yeah, I'm gonna post another video this weekend. I'm gonna talk about a little bit more about, trying to get sober, how I, could never stop using, and what I was doing to try to stop, and all the things that, that didn't work, I'm going to share with you guys. So please like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this series on addiction, my journey, and thank you guys for your support. Appreciate